What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Wild Comics. We're doing another continuous video of Cracking Wednesdays, except for this time we have 5 more books we're going to be doing. Hopefully you guys like the last 5. Now we're bringing in 5 more new books to crack open, to clean, to press, and then to send back out to CGC and hope to get those grade bumps. So let's get started. So on this series, I guess I should say, of Cracking Wednesdays, kind of went a little different route than last time. Last time I kind of got bigger key books, things that were kind of hot at the moment, ways of being able to spot and clean and press and send out and potentially get bigger and better grades, knowing through what I could see. This one's a little bit different to where I'm not quite sure why I got the grades that I got. But we have one big, huge grail book we're going to crack open that I'm really nervous about. But who the hell cares? We're going to do it anyway. So, first book we have up is A Return of Wolverine, number 2. It's a 9.4. This book was cleaned and pressed prior to sending out. No grader's notes. Have no idea why it came back a 9.4. I have looked over this book multiple times, and I don't even see a single spine tick. So, we're going to crack this open. We're going to repress it, check for any sort of defects or whatever, and send it back out. The next book I have is actually one of my favorite books, and when I got this grade, it sunk me, man. It hurt me bad. Deep in the pit of my heart, I'll tell you that. It's an Amazing Spider-Man 410. It came back in 8.5, which I have no idea why it would even come back at 8.5. Again, I don't even see a single spine tick on it. I not a blunt corner, nothing on this book. So, we're going to see if we can get a grade bump off of this one. So, the next one I got off of a Facebook comic book group. The guy was selling 4 of them. Hold on. He was selling 4 of them, and out of the 4, 3 were 9.8s, and one was an 8.5, and it was a Thor number 5. And I said, "Why? What's the story behind the Thor 5?" He says, "I don't know. It's a clean book. The grader's note says there's one little smudge in the center of the book." So he said he can't see it. I might see something really, really subtle. But I said, you know what? For $55, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to crack it open. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to send it out to CGC. So after CGC costs, I'm still under $100. I may even be under $80. So we're going to crack this open. We're going to see if we can get that up to a 9.6, 9.8. Hopefully the 9.8. That's what we're looking for. Now we're going to go kind of towards another route like we did last week. I have an 8.0 Amazing Spider-Man 252. Like the last series, we were kind of doing the older books. This one is pretty clean. I see some pressable defects in this one. That's why I'm really curious to see if I can get a grade bump out of this one. Just seeing through the case, but and it has a pretty mean spine roll to it. So I think there's some mainly pressable defects. The book looks really clean, but I see some pressable defects in that one. And the last book, because we gotta finish off with a heavy hitter. And boy, oh boy, we have ourselves a heavy hitter, ladies and gentlemen. So, we have an 8.0 off-white pages that I hope we can bump that as well. An ASM 129 is what we're going to do. That's how we're going to close this series out. I bought this book. It's incredibly dirty on the back side of it. And I do see some pressable defects. I'm really hoping I can bump this up to a 9.0. We're going to find out, though. So, anyways, those are the first 5 books that we're going to be doing over the course of the next 5 weeks. The last video, of course, on the 5th week, we'll be doing the final cracking, and then we'll have the grades at the end of it. Who knows? Maybe I'll change it up. Maybe we can do the grades the following week. We'll see what happens. But this week, on week 1, I guess part 2, series 2, whatever we would like to do it, we're going to be cracking open the 9.4 Wolverine, number 2, 9.4. I don't know why it's not 9.8. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to set it up. We're going to crack this open, and we're going to see if we have any pressable defects in this book. Hang tight. here we go. So now I have the camera flipped around for you guys, so you guys can check out me cracking this case. Again, we all know that there's a small little groove right up here on the top of the book. Sometimes we can get it kind of started. No, this is not going to do it. So we'll see. We'll just go ahead and kind of crack that like that. We'll put this one in here like this. We'll just turn it. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of work it down the side here. So hopefully I can crack this open and you guys can check it out. Tell you what, I'll fast forward this part because I'm sure it'll probably be better on a time lapse. So here we go. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully that wasn't too painful. That one was a little bit harder to crack open. It looks like this case is a little bit here. Maybe I can show you guys. Looks like this case was a little bit thicker than the previous cases. I don't know how well you guys can kind of see that, but it definitely looks like it's pretty thicker than some of the other cases that are cracked open. So, anyways, here's the label. Again, we're gonna keep all the labels, and we're gonna go ahead and submit all those into CGC once we get done with them. So they can update their census. So we'll set that aside. And then, of course, we'll get rid of the screwdriver. We'll just kind of figure, oh, this is perfect. So I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I can zoom in. But there's a little bit of room right up here on top that I can actually cut the plastic and get the book out. Sometimes if you look at the sides, I mean, I can go through the side here because it looks like there might be a little space in here for me to get through. I just know that, like, when I cut down the sides, it has a tendency of, like, crippling the book, so it opens the opportunity for spine tick. So that's why I always like to go towards the top of the book, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our setup all going, and we'll just go ahead and do it nice and easy. This isn't a rush process. This is a nice and simple process, and we'll just cut it up. And there we go. We have the book out. So let me just do a real quick scan on it. Yeah, I don't see how. Oh, you know what? There's a little nick right there. I can see it. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like we did last time. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can take a look at it. Give me 1 second. All right. So I went ahead and I flipped the camera around so we can kind of see it together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the light and let you guys kind of see all the defects that I kind of see. So you guys can kind of see all the defects in the book right there. It just looks really wavy. And now that I think about it, I'm trying to remember if this book was pressed or clean. I mean, I obviously press all my books, but this one looks like it might have gotten missed. So definite user error on my part. However, there's a little, see the ticks right there up in the corner? Those are from the staple. So I don't think there's really anything I can do. I don't know if a press will fix that, and I wonder if they're going to deem me on that. So here's the backside. Let you guys take a look at that. Same thing. It just looks like maybe it just missed a press. Maybe I accidentally skipped over it. So, you know, when you're doing a 25 pre-screen, it takes multiple days for it to actually complete as far as cleaning and pressing. If you're doing 12-hour, 24-hour press on each book and you're doing 25 books. So it's a very possibility that this book got skipped, and that's what it's looking like. So definitely use the air. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is flip the camera around. You guys have seen all the defects, and then we'll just close out for you. Okay, so now I flipped the camera back around, and I'm going to close out for you guys. So just to recap, we have the 9.4 Return of Wolverine #2 with white pages. We just went over the defects, and the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm thinking, yeah, I probably missed pressing this book for sure. So I just don't know how we're going to be able to get those little areas out where the staple's at, but we'll see. We're going to find out together. So that's this book. That's this week. Next week, we're going to be tackling The Amazing Spider-Man 410 8.5. This by far is, like I said, one of my favorite covers of all time. It's a phenomenal cover. It's a killer cover. So I'm really excited to crack this one open to really see if there's any defects in this. When I first submitted this, it was like early on, like new stages. I was a virgin to all this pressing and cleaning and CGC stuff. So it's going to be real interesting to crack this open and put these set of eyes on it from when those last set of eyes were on it. So if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for watching. I always appreciate the new viewers. And subscribe, because I do this every Wednesday. It's called Cracking Wednesdays. I do it for a reason, because I want to give people hope that maybe in your personal collection you have some books that you would want to do this to, and I can be the guinea pig and you can see and learn and possibly not do mistakes that I may or may not make during this process. So thank you very much for watching. If you're a continuous subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate it. As always, hit the notification bell, subscribe, like the video, but most importantly, leave a comment, because I love to hear what people say or have to say about this kind of about this process of what I'm doing. So you guys, that's all I have. I look forward to seeing all you guys next week when I do the same thing to this Spider-Man 410. But until then, keep it wild, keep it fun, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.